Hi everybody, and welcome to Low Carb Cooking with Judy. Today, since it's getting to be the holidays, I'm going to make a pecan nut crust. This is a low carb alternative to other crusts for different pies. And okay, let's go ahead and get started. Today I've got 2.5 cups of ground pecans. Now this is about a 10-ounce bag of pecan halves, and you're just going to blend it or pulse it in your food processor. You can also do it in the blender. Do it in small batches so that you don't get a lot of big pieces that aren't ground up. So this is 2.5 cups, and when you measure this, you don't press the ground pecans into the measuring cup. It's a loose measurement. And then I've got 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And then I've got 1/3 cup of Splenda here that we're going to use for our sweetener, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So this is really easy to throw together, only takes a few minutes, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We're going to first mix in the Splenda and the cinnamon. Now we're going to go ahead and just stir that right up. And loosely mix together. And then when we've got that mixed nice, then we're going to go ahead and dump in our butter. And we've also got our pie plate. This is a 9.5-inch deep dish pie plate that I'm going to use. And let's stir in our butter. And we've got a nice crumbly crust. It's starting to stick together a little better with the butter in there. And we're going to press this into our pie plate. And then after we've got it pressed in there, we're going to refrigerate it for about 30 to 45 minutes before we bake it. Now if you're going to bake this with a pie that's like a pumpkin pie or something, you don't want to pre-bake it, because crust that's a nut crust, they burn really easy. You have to be really careful with them. But after we refrigerate it for about a half hour, then we're going to bake it at we're going to bake it at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. And you want to be really careful, like I said, to bake it. You're better to underbake it than to overbake it. But if you're making a pie with it that's not a baked pie, such as coconut cream pie or anything like that, then go ahead and bake it. But you're better to underbake rather than overbake. Just keep that in mind. So if you'll keep it at 12 minutes instead of 15, you're going to be a little bit more on the safe side, because pecan crusts, they will taste burnt before they look burnt. So you've got to be careful with them. Most nut crusts are going to be like that. So we're going to go ahead and get this pressed into our pie plate up the sides. And you're going to have enough here, like I said, for a deep dish 9.5-inch pie plate. So make sure you're making, if you're making a littler pie, you're going to have a little bit extra of this than you need. But this is a good alternative to a higher carb crust. And so we just about got it worked up the side here. Make sure you don't leave any holes in the crust when you're pressing it in. And this is a really simple alternative. And it's delicious. Goes well with a lot of things. I like to use it for coconut cream pie. It's really good with coconut cream pie. And I'm going to do a future video of coconut cream pie, very possibly with this crust, but I may end up doing it with an almond flour crust as well. I'm not sure yet. But they're both really good crust options for coconut cream pie. And there we go. We've got it pressed right up to the edge, and it's ready to go in the fridge. And it's very important that you put it in the fridge for that amount of time, because the crust is going to stay together better. Even if you're going to bake it, if you freeze it, you're going to find it's not going to be as crumbly after it's baked. So there you go. Great opportunity to make yourself a real simple crust. If you're frustrated with flour crusts that are difficult to make, this is a great option. If you're not low carb conscious, go ahead and replace the 1/3 cup of Splenda with just regular sugar. But this is a great thing for those of you that do low carb like I do. So go ahead and give it a try. Leave your feedback, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.